Hi all, it's me Shrestha. You might be familiar with my face through the Digital Shelf Insider podcast of Metriscard. In this particular series, we are trying to slice and dice and explore industry developments, trends, and insights from the digital shelf. This video is particularly about Amazon Prime Day. It's a recap of this year, and I'm trying to break down this $24.1 billion sale as headline from Adobe, what consumer behavior is pointing on AI, intent, and pricing, and what it all means for brands who are trying to win on Amazon. So if you're in e-commerce, retail, or into brand marketing, this is a post-mortem analysis. Let's get into it. So first, let's go back a little bit in history. The first ever Prime Day happened in July 15, 2025, exactly a decade ago, and it was to celebrate Amazon's 20th anniversary. Prime Day traditionally is held in mid-July. It's sort of this dormant month in summers for retailers, and Prime Day sort of that attempt to remedy that. Now, there are three big reasons why Prime Day is hosted by Amazon. One is to bring in new Prime members. Two is to retain the existing ones. And three, the definite one, to improve sales on the marketplace. This time, we saw another pattern with a longer sale event. It ran for 4 days from July 8th to 11th, began on a Tuesday, ended on a Friday, and it has given opportunity to sell more ads to merchants and vendors. And advertising definitely is a major money maker for Amazon. Let's talk about the challenge that Amazon is facing right now when they do the Prime Day event every year, the macro environment of things. So the real challenge that we see is that every year it's very difficult to grow Prime members along with it. And they also kind of relaunching student-specific Prime memberships to combat this. The other thing we cannot skip talking about is the geopolitical situation, the economic uncertainties, and how price-sensitive the consumers are. We saw more demand for household essentials over consumer electronics and high-priced goods, but that's not how every year Prime Day is done. We see demand for all categories growing easily, and for an event as big as Prime Day, the demand should be growing exponentially. Let's look into the numbers associated with this year's Prime Day, at least what we can measure. Prime Day 2025 was stretched for 4 days, as I mentioned in the beginning, from July 8th to 11th. It started on a Tuesday, ended on a Friday. And definitely we cannot compare it with the events, the Prime Day events that happened over the past years, because it was always a 2-day event, but this time it was 4 days. So we also saw there was a lot of inconsistency in data and the numbers that was coming out. Now, first let's look at the numbers that Adobe had put out. Prime Day drove $24.1 billion in online spend across US retailers. And it covered insights on consumer spending online, mobile shopping, generative AI traffic, and a lot more. And it also covered 1 trillion visits to US retail sites, 100 million SKUs, and 18 product categories. It was the vast amount of research that Adobe had done, and we don't have full information on whether this was a year-over-year comparison or a promo versus promo pre-period comparison. And we also see that many industry experts have been speculating since there's no clarity on this. Let's look at some Prime Day observations that came from Envision Horizon. They mentioned that day 2, as expected, had a noticeable reduction in sales when compared with day 1. They also said that it was sustained sales all day long, and there was peaks in the morning as well as in evening. Ideally what we see in the previous years is there's a midday slowdown that happens in sales. Now, another very interesting thing that came out is with the stack of retailers that were overlapping with Amazon Prime Day at the same time when compared with 2024 versus 2025. So Prime Day 2024, which happened between July 16 to 17, had only 3 retailers that competed directly on the same exact dates. One was Best Buy's Black Friday in July, which was on July 15 to 17. There was Sam's Club's Super Saving event, July 16 to 17, and Nordstrom's anniversary sale, July 15 to August 4. Now, when we compare that with 2025, almost everyone showed up. That's Walmart deals had direct overlap, July 8th to 13th. Target Circle Week had direct overlap, July 6th to 12th. Best Buy, Sam's Club, Nordstrom, TikTok Shop, Wayfair all ran on the same period of events. And we also have Home Depot, Lowe's, Kohl's, Old Navy joining it for multiple days. Now, this does not include the fact that many brands also ran, the similar sales event on their D2C sites. What we see here is a pattern that, the Prime Day monopoly that Amazon holds is broken by these retailers in the space. Let's talk a little bit about the most interesting part, what I like to talk about, the consumer behavior that happened during the Prime Day. Prime Day event has also been cemented as the back-to-school shopping moment. During the Prime Day event, we saw that the generative AI traffic to US retail sites measured by shopper clicking on a link increased by 3,300% year over year. Now that's a big jump. And while AI driven traffic remains modest compared to other channels, which is the paid search and emails, the growth shows the impact of AI on shoppers looking for deals and specific product details. Now, we also saw that there was a lot of pent up demand this year. Consumers came in prepared, researched, and they already compared prices and they were ready for the sale. And the other pattern that we see is that the branded search spend significantly rose compared to the non-branded spend, again suggesting that consumers arrived with a pre-planned purchase rather than discovery-driven browsing. The other interesting thing that I saw is about the Reddit users. I read a couple of Reddit threads where they were mentioning on checking the price history, and the prices were lower last year compared to this year, or they could find a deal elsewhere. I similarly went and checked on the MBC price tracker. They had tracked about 178 household items, and this is what they had to share in their report. Of 178 tracked items at Amazon, Walmart, and Best Buy, at least 24 saw price increases in the weeks before each of the three retailers' sales even kicked off. The price fluctuations come as consumers remain sharply more pessimistic than they were this time last year, with many hunting for bargains after months of executives and economists warning about tariff-fueled price increases. According to research from Numerator, rather than splurging on expensive electronics or luxury items, many shoppers use the sale to stock up household essentials like dish soap, paper plates, and 2/3 of the items purchased costed less than $20, and the average household spent about $156. This video would be incomplete if we don't talk about Amazon AI tools that kind of help consumers to save more this time. Amazon published an article 2 weeks before they started out the event around June 18 about the 5 AI tools that every consumer must try out. One was Interest, the other was Lens, third was Here the Highlight, Shopping Guides, and of course, Rufus. Now, I'm quoting Todd Hasenfeld. He's the digital commerce leader at Colgate-Palmolive. He mentioned that by day 3, Rufus became more personalized to consumer needs, and it had these suggested prompts about Prime Day savings for me, biggest savings on Amazon today, and they even changed the whole theme, the color theme, from blue to yellow with the personalized suggestions for consumers. We've almost come to the end of the video. Let's just quickly summarize what all of this means for brands. Firstly, Prime Day has definitely outgrown Amazon. Every major retailer launched their own shopping event as well as an overlapping event. And this means your visibility isn't just about winning the buy box, it spreads across all the other marketplaces as well. Second, price awareness and how aware shoppers came to shop from Amazon and other platforms this time. There was price sensitivity for sure, but that was backed by research, and they did the research and prep for a price history and knowing everything that's happening out there in the economy, and then they put the items in cart. Third, Amazon's AI engine, Rufus, is now so personalized and sponsored. This means if your listings aren't optimized and your media budget isn't dialed in, you're invisible. Fourth, product listings used to highlight Prime Day as the word in creative assets. This time we saw a shift to something like summer sale. This was highlighted by Envision Horizons. Very interesting point. And fifth, brands are now operating in a fog of conflicting data. Early reports around day 1 and day 2 showed that there was a sales drop in Amazon from about like 41% drop, and Amazon denied it completely. It was coming out of credible sources as well. So the whole problem that happened is that nobody has clarity on whether it's a promo to promo comparison, or is it year over year comparison, or units versus revenue comparison, so or one platform versus the whole retail stack comparison. So this ambiguity can sort of make it harder for brands to benchmark the success for and course correct. Last, definitely I'll speak from my experience working with brands that they need to invest in digital shelf readiness, which sounds about like, you know, tight inventory, competitive pricing, being very particular about the reviews that come in, actively listening to the consumers are the ones that actually stand out. That was a quick walkthrough of what Prime Day was like in 2025, and it was a big event, the 4-day event, the incomparable one. So if you like this content, do subscribe, like, and share. See you soon.